Welcome to a Platinum Show Investigations. It's been a while, right? Because of you know what. But I was invited to go to ICW. And I have a friend rolling down to come see the shows with me. And I got to be honest, at first I was like, all right, let me do a little research about ICW. Stands for Impact Championship Wrestling. Nobody calls it that, though. I had to actually look that up. It's about ICW No Holds Barred and the Pit Fighter shows. One's on Friday, one's on Saturday. We'll talk about that in a second. But on my initial sort of search, I'm like, well, let me look at some pictures. And I saw stuff like this and this. And I went, oh, kind of scary, right? Of course, this guy... Schlack, I had heard of before in deathmatch shows and stuff like that. And my friends who like deathmatch wrestling were like, he's the guy when it comes to that kind of stuff. And look at this. What is he pouring bleach on the dude? What kind of craziness is happening? So, all right. So these are the kind of shows it is. And as excited as I am to go to a wrestling show, as excited as I am to go to shows in Florida, right? Which I'm going to start doing more and more and more now. I still wasn't sure. Then on the podcast that I do with Larry Goodman called Tipping Point, I'll put a link down below. We interviewed a guy named Nolan Edwards who had done some shows in Georgia, but is really making his name in this ICW, right? His story is a great one. I won't spoil it for you here. Long story short, he's one of these great young wrestlers who's doing what he's supposed to do, shows up at shows, and then he was right place, right time, had his gear ready to go. Lesson to all the young wrestlers. And somebody vouched for him. They put him on, and he wowed them. And he's no flinch. Nolan Edwards. And he's going to be there, and I can't wait to see him. Talking to him was absolutely awesome. And then I saw they had some kind of, I won't say slickly produced, but it really captured the flavor. Some video of past shows put to music and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, I'll check that out. And it went a little something like this. Oh. So now, Friday and Saturday, I've committed to going to these shows, and I'm a grown up. I can do what I want. And after seeing all of that, I've got to be honest. I can't wait. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So let me give you the skinny on what's going on, right? On Friday, November 13th, that's in a week from when I'm going to put this bad boy out. It's the third installment of ICW No Holds Barred Pit Fighter X, right? It's November 13th, Friday, 8 p.m. it starts. It's at the 81 Bay Brewing Company, right? So again, just to make that clear, it's No Holds Barred show, boom, at this brewing company. And I'm looking at pictures of this thing, and they've had wrestling things in there before. So I was just making sure everything was cool. And it looks like a cool place to have wrestling. People are going to be packed in. I'm sure there's going to be mask stuff in effect. Even if they call me a pussy, believe I'm going to have a mask. I'm about protecting myself, but I'm going to have a good time watching this. No holds barred. Yep. I'm going to put a link down below, the address, date and time. You're going to want to get tickets to this thing, man. You're going to want to get tickets to this thing. You know I'm going to be there. Come up and say hi to me. I'm going to be in the green jacket. You know I'm going to be flowing. You know I'm going to be with wrestling royalty as well, because that's how I roll. Now, I want to talk about... Give me this. I want to talk about this Saturday show as well, because it's being billed as ICW No Holds Barred Volume 8 comes to Florida, right? So, ICW No Holds Barred. And there's the venue. What the hell? It's in a pawn shop. And it doesn't look like a big pawn shop. That's going to mean this stuff is going to be crazy. And I can't wait to see it. I don't know if it's outside. I don't know if it's inside. I don't know any of that. I just know that I'm going to be there. And again, date and time, Saturday, November 14th, 8 p.m. Yep. Location... It's going to be at this pawn shop at 8201 on US 19 in Port Richey, Florida. I've never seen that venue. I'm interested to see it, and the link is below. Right? I'm looking forward to live wrestling again. And it might shock people who've known how I've booked in the past and stuff, that I would be fascinated with going to these shows, but I am. Because the vibe and the energy is one of excitement, is one of danger. I don't know what to make of this, man, but I can't wait to meet Nolan in person. Hopefully I'll be able to meet and greet Danny, the guy that runs this thing. It promises to be absolutely crazy. So Friday, Saturday, November 13th, November 14th, the links are below. They still have tickets apparently, though when you look at the videos and the stuff that they're doing and the stuff that they're doing this weekend, they're not the biggest venues, so you're going to want to get your tickets and you're going to want to get down there. I can't wait. Believe I'm going to be there. I'm going to do my best to sort of hobnob with people, give you a sense of the scene. I'm going to do reviews of the shows. You know, for a lot of these Platinum Show investigations that I've done in the past, I'm going to shows where I know exactly what to expect. And that's not a bad thing necessarily, right? They're good shows in Florida, sending a lot of people to AEW Dark or sending people to, WWE sort of enhancement stuff. And that's really exciting. But I'm getting this vibe. And again, I was actively wrestling when ECW was around. But I have to admit, I have not gone to a show that's given me that sort of pre-show jitters of I'm going to something that feels really dangerous and something that feels like I don't know what to expect. And ICW is promising to deliver that in a big way. And I'll just say this, because ICW, they're going to go to all kinds of places, Mexico, Japan, Europe, all this kind of stuff. I admire the group for having this level of ambition. I admire them for kind of doing their own thing. I'm really excited to experience this. I'm going to be honest, I would not call myself a fan of deathmatch wrestling. Now, some people want to dig into wrestling stuff that I've done in the past, and they'll want to bring up the fact that I did what we called in the late 90s, early 2000 blood shows. I certainly did those kind of things. I won't deny that. but I haven't really been around it since. And when I say really been around it, I mean been around it at all. And so you're talking 2001, 2002. And I'm getting this vibe of this sort of ECW feel. I feel like pro wrestling has been chasing ECW ever since it ended. And certainly the version of ECW that they had in WWF/E did not satisfy that sweet tooth at all. But something tells me that this one will. I would say that I would have been more apprehensive if every clip that they showed and every match they seemed to have was just about blood, blood, blood. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. It seems like there's some hard-hitting wrestling stuff. I'm thinking back to that clip that I watched of Chris Dickinson and that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to writing the review. I mean, this review could be everything from I haven't been this excited about a wrestling show in a long time to holy crap, this was a disaster. I have no idea what it's going to be. I do know that there's an Iron Man death match, 60 minutes, and I don't see any way that they're going to be able to pull that off. But I'm excited to be there. It feels like I'm witnessing a little bit of bloody history. And at the end of it, no matter what happens, I'm going to be able to say, as far as that Friday, November 13th show and that Saturday, November 14th show, I'm going to be able to say the three coolest words that anybody can say right now, especially. I was there. If you're anywhere close, I would suggest that you be there as well, because so many wrestling fans of a certain age would love to legitimately claim, I was there at ECW in 95, 96, whatever. Right? Plus, I'm excited to see friends. There's going to be a lot of colorful language sprinkled into this report. And hopefully I'll capture a video shot or two of stuff that I think is very indicative of what I saw. I'll pan the crowd. I'm gonna take you in there with me, but I can do as much of that as I can. It's not the same as being there. So I would really suggest joining us there. I can't wait to see it. This has been Platinum Show Investigations. It's nice feeling excited. It's nice feeling nervous again. And honestly, going to these things is getting my mindset about going back to wrestling shows. For example, just to throw it out there, I mean, I said a year ago, if Southern Honor made another year, that I would show up at their show. So I'm planning to go to that. They're on Friday as well. And if you're in Canton, Georgia, certainly go there. But if you're anywhere else, I would get your ass to Port Richey and to Tampa, Florida, because that's where I'm going to be for ICW.